Brethren, shalom, shalom. Balik sa mga panghitabo ron ba? Nara ko kay share ninyo. Gikapoy na ko maminaw anang mga kabahin sa pandemic ron, pandemic. Kaya maura maistoryahan. Apa magyuta sa stage of kanang vaccination. So, kanang mga plano nila, you know? Kaya kini dili man guni siya ma-overcome nato o by through sa natural. Because ang tura nag-give og example how Yaakov giunsa niya pag-overcome ang kining iyang atong sitwasyon nga si Esau gustong mo patay niya og sa iyang mga clan. So ang panghitabo karon nato is we always look at that. Is good to have mga kuan murag para nako. I feel nga murag too much we are facing now sa tagsa nato kay I know nga ang plano ni Satan is to empty us. But there is a purpose aning tanan nga nung i-empty ta. Because ang purpose ani kita god nga wa tay gunitan aning yuta kay ang Elohim na ipagunit sa ato. The only way to go back to the Garden of Eden is to look at the tree of life and not the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. And this knowledge tree of good and evil, this is mga earthly ni siya nga butang. Mga dagan din ni, it's good to know what's going on. Because this is really a spiritual battle from the beginning. And now we are on the way to the end, sa katapusan na. We're on way to the sa katapusan na. So ang atong trabaho ron as people, the children of Yaakov, is to go up the ladder. If you remember, to go up the ladder, what does it mean to go up the ladder? Spiritually, to go up spiritually. And how? Because this is how, if we remember, the Torah is to kanang kuan. Ang Torah is to change our soul. Because ang atong kaugalingon, we have two entities. Our fleshy and our spiritual person. And this spiritual person, which is called the Neshama, which is represent ni Yaakov, will only look at for the spiritual things and not for earthly things. How do we know that? In compare to Esau. Esau is always with earthly things. He likes all earthly things and he like to deceive. Mo na yan trabaho, if you know in the Torah. So, we have to kanang kuanjud, kanang muklaim ta, espirituhanon. This is how we will be defeated as Satan. He cannot move us. This is what Charles said. Nobody can touch you. If Elohim is with you, who can be against you? So he will not touch us. It's only ang giingon jud ana nga kita mismo. This is for us today. Because if we want the kingdom of light, not this kingdom today, we have to leave behind. The same with our forefather. The good example was in the wilderness. When they were in the Egypt, he will always repeat, I bring you out from the bondage of Egypt. The bondage of Egypt is only slavery. So the same for us today, to slave the people. So if you want to be slave, you want to continue the life, okay, job. Take the job. So, Elohim nourish the children of Israel in Goshen, on way to in the wilderness. This where Elohim nourish. Wa na sila gikuptan sa Egypt, nothing. Unsay naa nila, Elohim must nourish them in the wilderness. Because why nag-complain man sila is because wa sila maanad to eat manna. The manna, our manna today is Mashiach. To eat the Torah, our spiritual food. Because we nourish our spiritual person and not this fleshy person. Muna din nato i-nourish. Must not hold ini sa atuang spirituhanon. This why we are two. Ang kining two, nagbattle ni silang duha inside nato and outside. From physical to spiritual. To be too spiritual is in us. To climb up Yaakov. As Yaakov did. So, if this is spiritual person is not nourished in the Torah, and the Torah is said, it is clear in the Psalm that it will convert our soul. Kung ma-convert atong soul, and this is the soul that will bring back to the promised land, will bring back to the Garden of Eden, that Mashiach is going to gather this in the time of His coming. But if we are not prepared, because ang klise pa nato ang nagpatigbabaw, ang maresulta ni, siyempre malamoy ta sa mga yutanon. Pag malamoy sa yutanon, unsa may tabo. What happened to your spiritual person? Dili makalihok. He cannot move the spark of Elohim in us, the neshama. Di siya makamove. Kay wa man nadaog man nato ang atong fleshy. So di lang sa kutob. So Elohim cannot stay in this world. This world of Asiya is called in Hebrew the world of Asiya. The presence only of Elohim is among His people. Do not put Elohim in a small box, because Elohim, He is living in the light, and this is the place of death, where we are descendants of Adam, who is clothed of this body. So Elohim cannot stay in this place of dark, death, or buried place ni siya. Dili ni, because if Elohim will come on this earth, we will be consumed of His light, of His brightness. And this is what will come in the coming back of Mashiach. They will be consumed in His brightness of His coming. Why? Because Mashiach is light. So, just think about that. Elohim is not possible to stay in this place. The presence of Elohim is only the Ruah, which is in us, where we're connected, is given to every man, the Neshama. We have the higher creation of Elohim. And Shalom, Shalom.